Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. The faction rally is due back this week on reset day, and with it a whole bunch of new weapons and ornaments to earn for our chosen factions. Check out my earlier video in this covering the winners offerings that will be available this time round. On inspecting the faction vendors in the tower though, who are ever present even when the faction rally isn't active, I've noticed a few new items available to obtain. More specifically, this legendary sidearm here called Peace by Consensus. This is an interesting addition to the faction loot pool for many reasons. First up, it's not actually designated to one specific faction vendor, it's actually obtainable at all three in the tower. However, in order to obtain it, you have to pledge to each faction. Now it doesn't state if this means that each faction over your account, or if it actually means your character has to have pledged to each faction over the course of the different faction rallies. Now if this is the case, then if like me, I would imagine that your characters are pledged to one faction only. For example, my Warlock has been pledged to New Monarchy for the previous two faction rallies. So this means that to obtain it, I would need to pledge to the Dead Orbit and Future War Cult with my Warlock over the next two faction rallies in order to obtain this sidearm. But also to note, it does state that you are required to have access to the Curse of Osiris DLC to unlock it. Now I'm not sure if this is going to change due to what Bungie said regarding faction access for the Vanilla Guardians going forwards, but maybe these items are exclusive to those who have the DLC. Based on the above though, very few Guardians will probably obtain it this time round, however, as most will need to at least have 2 more faction rallies to rotate their pledges. So let's have a look at this sidearm in a little bit more detail. As you can see from its styling, its unique skin gives rise to a possible symbol that is used to define the consensus. The consensus, for those who haven't read the lore, is a meeting between the Vanguard and the three factions to discuss the workings of the city and other political matters. This sidearm actually comes with a lore tab to give players some context to the movement of what happened in the city after the Red War and the fall of the Speaker. I won't bore you with reading it, but go take a look for yourself in the tower in the game. Just having a quick look at its perks, it's a precision frame archetype sidearm, meaning it has pretty good stability. It has a choice of 3 sights, the short spec, the quick dot and the far point sight. For magazine perks it has drop mag, which will greatly increase reload speed and could be the best perk of the lot here, especially to benefit in those quick encounters in PvP. It also has the appended mag 2, which increases the magazine size. And finally, it has the hip fire grip, making it more accurate and stable when firing from the hip. The closest weapon for comparison here would be the Enigma's Draw sidearm from the Future War Cult, which to be honest is rather bad, so I'm not sure that I'm holding out too much hope for this one, to be fair. Anyway, it's a unique weapon added since the last faction rally, and it could potentially hint at other things to come in the game. If you look into the lore, the Future War Cult wasn't actually a founding member of the Consensus, and was only voted in after the Concordat faction, led by exiled Guardian Lysander, was evicted from the last city after the faction wars. Now, lore from Destiny 1 hinted that Lysander was planning his return, and was being watched closely by Ikora's Hidden, both of which have had prominent storylines recently in the Curse of Osiris. This could be a good addition to the faction rallies going forwards. It's only speculation, but anything that adds to the game and the story at this point would be a bonus. That's my view anyway. So like I said, keep an eye out for this during the faction rally. If you are lucky enough to have planned ahead and be in a position to be in a 3rd rotation for the factions, then you'll get a good chance to pick this up. But if you're not a completionist and don't want this in your dwindling vault space anyway, then you're probably not going to miss anything out with this one. So there you go, just a quick look at this new legendary sidearm in the game, Peace by Consensus. Let me know in the comments section below if you're looking forward to picking this one up, or if you don't think it's going to be any good or worthwhile. Remember to please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more future Destiny 2 content. Find me on Twitch and also follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching, cheers.